So my good friend Dean of DVD basically asked me what Criterions did I have, like that list was in my collection. So after writing a kind of a hastily done list, I decided uh, now that I've gotten over 7 reviews and such, so a lot of people probably haven't seen my earlier list videos and all that stuff. So basically what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to try to do tonight, is do a list of my top of my collections in Criterion, Screen Factor, and Arrow, so you can kind of know my channel a little better. Uh, I'm doing this in two kind of different sort of way. I'm going to be showing you all of my Criterions in this video right here, and the last ones I'm going to show you are going to be my top 12 that are my top 12 personal favorite Criterions in my collection. So let's start out with some great ones. And I'll even tell you my one Criterion that's in my collection that is in here only because it's got the Criterion name stamped on it, and there is one. But it's not going to be the first one you say. This movie I actually really like. John Frankenheimer's movie Seconds. I really did enjoy this movie when I first saw it. I'm watching it again. It's a favorite of mine. Like Rock Hudson, I think he's a great actor, and it's a really different film. It's a kind of a science fiction, kind of a thriller type thing. So if you haven't seen it, it's a really good one to check out. Seconds with John Frankenheimer, great film. The Devil's Backbone. I love Del Toro. This is eerie. This is creepy. This is number 666, and it's really cool that they did it that way. This is you will enjoy this movie if you saw it. I've actually recommended this one to people here on the channel before who've actually came back to me and said that they actually went out and they got the movie and liked it and wanted to get more because of that. So this is a really good movie. I love the artwork on this one here. Next up is I love this, the comedy ones that Criterion does. And the Pierre Toe collection with the Suitor, Yo-Yo, As Long As You've Got Your Health, The Grand Amour, Rupture, Happy Anniversary, Feeling Great, and Land of Milk and Honey. Really funny stuff. I did not know a lot about this guy before I went in, but if you haven't seen it, it's really, really cool, and it's got some amazing artwork on here. Definitely pick it, guys. Next up is Gate of Hell, and although I've seen this one a long time ago, I honestly haven't seen it since I bought it again, and I really don't remember it. I know I like this style of film, these type of like movies, but I can't honestly tell you anything about it yet because I got to revisit it again. But I love the artwork on the box. I know that I originally did like this film a lot, but I can't remember right now. I love Charlie Chaplin. I have not enough Charlie Chaplin in my collection, unfortunately, but I did get Monsieur Verdot. This is one of the ones I got. It's a very different Chaplin film. It's still bitingly satirical, and it's darker than most Chaplin stuff, and gets its message across. And it's a mature Chaplin film. All Chaplin's films are great, but in my opinion, this one was a particularly fun film. I'm a big fan of Fritz Lang. I'm a fan of German expressionism. Wow. Anyway, and unfortunately, this thing I love, but it did not have enough features on it to make the top 12. But Ministry of Fear, fun film. Ray Milland's in this one, I think. Yeah. One of the first Criterions that I ever reviewed on here, and this one that almost did make my top 12, is a great little film that stars Alain Delon, and it's Purple Noon, the original Talented Mr. Ripley, and for me the best version of it. I really do like I like Patricia Highsmith's writing, and I really, of course, like everybody else, I love Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train. Alfred Hitchcock originally wanted to do The Talented Mr. Ripley, but they got it first, so he went and got Strangers on a Train. Great film. Godzilla. Honestly, everybody, you should have this in your collection. If not because it's one fantastic freaking film, and it is. It's a fantastic film. It's a fun film, but it's more serious. But also because of this. Yeah, everybody shows this. Everybody has to stop when they're going through the Criterions and they're doing them, and they always have to stop to show the Godzilla pop-up thing because it's so cool, and it's your inner child. Like, it definitely wants to talk for that. Another one that I almost made it but didn't quite was my complete Jean Vigo collection. Great stuff. My favorite out of these is probably Zero de Conduit, but all these are great films. Like, he's the godfather of basically the French New Wave cinema. This is the one that you watch, guys, and this is watched for a reason. I'm a Kubrick fan, as everybody knows. The Killing, great little movie. Thought this was really fun. If you haven't seen it, you should really check it out. It comes with A Killer's Kiss, which is another earlier Kubrick film. Next up is a really freaky movie called House. This is not House like in the William Cat one. This is the Japanese one. It's really weird, really strange, and I really enjoyed it. Next up is the one that I talked about, the infamous Criterion that I own, only because Criterion's got stamped their name on it. And it looks different than the other Criterions because it was done in conjunction with, I think, Paramount. And it's a curious case of Benjamin Button. Not really a fan. Never have been a fan of the movie. It's okay. I mean, I'm sure they do a great job acting-wise with what they do. Have I ever looked at it? I've seen this movie once. Never even bothered to look at the features. Don't really care. I know that David Fincher is like I always considered a great director, and I like a lot of stuff David Fincher does. I like The Social Network. That was really, really good. Way more deserving of being a Criterion release than something like this. But, you know, it's just me personally. I really didn't get into the film at all. Next up is another one that almost made the list. And I'm not sure why it didn't. If it would have been top 13, it definitely made the list. Because this is an awesome, awesome set. It's one of the best things Criterion put out. What I love about this, the reason it didn't, because it didn't have enough features. But it really should have. Actually, no, it's going to be number 13. This is my unofficial number 13 because it's really cool. And it's a Zadiichi set. Some are kind of cool, cheesy, and some are like more serious. The cheesy ones are, in my opinion, they're the best ones. They're the most fun ones. As it gets on through here, Zadiichi does gets a lot of different stuff. When it gets like crosses over with other characters and gets into the more the later films tend to be like way more. They're more fun than say like some of the early stuff. But either way, Zadiichi is a really great series. There's a reason that lasted that long. Like James Bond, it was just some fantastic stuff that was done. That was one of those presents that was an utter surprise for me when it came, and it was one that I was like, Zadiichi, and I was like, oh yeah, I get it. The book is awesome in that one. When I'm talking about like awesome sets with books, there's Zadiichi and Vincent Price. Those are two ones that right away you can go to and say, yeah, the books are amazing with these things here. They actually add to the films in ways you wouldn't even imagine. I think you'll see from here on out it's going to be stuff that I really enjoy. The only one is Benjamin Button. I really didn't like it. Sweet Smell Success, great film. Burt Lancaster, Tony Curtis. Arrow Video is actually putting on this now. So my UK friends who can't grab the Criterion, definitely it's worth grabbing. The Sweet Smell Success. There's an Arrow Video version coming out. Might want to check that out. Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard. This was actually I got this one after I did a contest where pretty much with Breathless was the prize. And I was so impressed with the one that I bought for the contest that I ended up going out like a month or so later and buying myself a copy of Breathless. It was really cool that I'll do contests again sometime soon down the road. Maybe if I hit 1,000 or something like that. That ain't never gonna happen. Maybe hit like whatever. I'll do contests on a random basis. But I really did enjoy this, and I was like setting up for the contest like I want this so bad. And I was like maybe I could have something else for the contest prize. Like no, it's gotta be something good. So when I hit like I think it was my 300 or 500 or something like that, I did this Criterion one, and it was very cool. And a good guy won it too, so that was awesome. So I had to go and buy my own copy, and it's a really good one. Ace in the Hole with, of course, my God, don't tell me. Kirk Douglas, yes. I totally blanked on his name there for a second. I was going to say Michael Douglas, you know that? Yeah. But again, another great little film. I like these type. Certain ones I kind of lean towards. Dazed and Confused, very fun film. Richard Linklater, I don't think everything Richard Linklater does. I like all his stuff, but I think sometimes you can get a little overrated. When like Boyhood was great and all, but I think there were better movies that year. It's gonna give me some hate, but I don't know. I liked it. I'm not saying I didn't like Boyhood and stuff. I liked Richard Linklater, but I like Dazed and Confused. I like a lot of his stuff. It just got me in the right mood for it, I guess. Cronenberg is another guy that I'm a really, really big fan of. Videodrome was one of my favorite kind of movies back in the 80s. So kind of trippy, really different. I was a huge fan of Debbie Harry. Of course, I worked with Blondie. Kind of like the punk band Blondie, and they did like Glass. No, it was Glass. Oh, Heart of Glass, and was kind of making fun of like the pop music that was going on at the time. unfortunately for them, well, fortunately for them, and both fortunately and unfortunately, since they were not a fan of that style of music, they actually became famous for that style of music, even though that they were satirizing. So Debbie Harry actually became an actress, and she's very sexy in this film. And by Fritz Lang, amazing film. You should have this one. Pick it up, guys. My favorite Fellini, and everybody has their own favorite, is Amarcord, because it's very personal, very. I love these coming of age films. So, great one. Lady Vanishes is Hitchcock. I love everything Hitchcock. I've got all the Hitchcock that came out in well, the ones that are in print that came out for Criterion, and all of them are actually really cool. One of them actually on my top 12 list. First Criterion that I bought that I still own, because I bought two originally that I don't own anymore. See, I'll be honest. I started into Criterion late. I did not know a lot about the company when I started out, and I knew I thought they were overpriced, and so I kind of steered away from them before I became like a diehard collector. Now, when I got out here to St. John's originally, it was about like 5 years ago, and we used to go to this like flea market. So I got there and I bought like the red shoes or something. I bought a couple anyway, and I never really looked at them. I never even opened them up or anything like that. But there's a table there.
Last Metro.
The last Metro, was it? The last Metro, yeah. Damn it. So anyway, I went out there and I bought like two, but there was a table and they were filled with Criterion. That's all there was Criterion. Stuff that print now, stuff you guys would kill for. Honestly, seriously, if you're Criterion fans, you would die. And thinking back and remembering, like, and I can't actually remember some of the stuff that was on the table. I did not know enough about collecting at the time to know what a gold mine I was looking at. And years later, I would get like some of this stuff, but some of it was just where it's impossible to get. But if I could go back to me at that age, then I would have bought the entire freaking table, because nothing there. It was all Criterion. Most of it was unopened, and I don't think anything reached over the $5 range. I'm serious. True story. So the first one I bought when I really started collecting Criterions was this one right here by Roy Ward Baker, because I'm a big fan of the film, and that's A Night to Remember. I actually bought this at my local record shop called Fred's Records. I was down there and I was looking for something that I wanted to watch because my better half was going out of town, and I wanted a movie that I could basically just sit down and watch for myself. And I remember seeing this one when I was young. Wasn't the Criterion label wasn't what got me. It was actually the film did, and they had like a bunch of really great features on here. It was only after this that I started like researching Criterion and actually getting into it. Even though I got into this one late. And when I started buying Criterion, I would buy DVDs over Blu-rays because they were cheaper, and during the sales it would allow me to buy more Criterion, so I could actually get to see a bigger range of some of the stuff that they did. Now I do try to buy more Blu-rays, but that's why you'll see a larger amount of like DVDs rather than Blu-rays in my Criterion collection. I was a poor student when I started collecting Criterions, so that's the way it happened. Seven Samurai, one that everybody tells me that I should have, and it's a good one. It's a really great one. It's an early DVD release, I think, for them. I think it's number 2. Yeah, so I got this one off eBay. Definitely had to pick that one up. Scanners. A lot of people like got this, and I think they expected something else. It is what it is. It's a really fun Cronenberg film. It's very cheesy, and but it's a Criterion film that I really enjoy. Next up is I like westerns, and don't have enough in my collection. I got to get more. Yes, I do. I got a lot of like John Wayne ones and stuff like that. I got a lot of John Wayne sets. I'll talk to you about those later. Red River, Howard Hawks one with the book, amazing. I love the fact that it has the book. Just a really great edition. It's got both versions of the film. Beautiful, beautiful edition. It was so cool that I went back and I bought my dad a copy of this for Christmas, actually. Got it to him, and I know he actually put it on Facebook. He was very proud of it, so that was cool. Grabbed Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think this was probably the first Wes Anderson movie that I bought, because it was more like, and I didn't buy this because of Wes Anderson film. I bought this one because, cool animation and stuff. But I do like Wes Anderson a lot, actually. Well, depending on the film. Foreign Correspondent, Alfred Hitchcock. Love this movie, love the cover. Just awesome stuff. Investigation of Citizen Under Suspicion. I'm a big Italian movie fan, and so This was kind of a no-brainer for me. I love this cover. I think it's amazing, and it just had such great plot. I hadn't seen it before. I'm not gonna lie. So this is what I knew a lot about. No, I didn't. I didn't know anything about this movie before I saw it, and I just read about it, and the plot line just really drew me in. Science fiction is one that I originally bought for my better half, but I really enjoyed watching this myself as well. She is a marine biologist by that's what her master's is. So here we go. I'm gonna try and pronounce this one, but no, I'm not. How do you pronounce this one? Deuxième souffle. There we go. Deuxième souffle with, of course, it's by Jean-Pierre Melville, and I think it's got does it have him in it? Yeah, it's got Lino Ventura, who is like pretty much the king of these type of like French like gangster film noir films. And one of his movies actually is in my top 12. Eyes Without a Face is another fantastic film. We enjoyed this one a lot. It's just really good. It has kind of an abrupt ending, but it's creepy and it's good, and it's just really it keeps you going. This is a really nice set. I love this one. It's called Monsters and Madmen. That's one that I'd been iffy on for a while, but when I got it, I was like, really cool. It's got a lot of Boris Karloff, and we got Corridors of Blood, Haunted Strangler, and then we got like First Man in Space and Atomic Submarine. But I know at least two of these. I think the first two have Boris Karloff. Corridors of Blood and Haunted Strangler is one that I'd seen before with my dad, and it's a really cool movie. This is one I bought at a charity shop, and it's a Noah Baumbach's Kicking and Screaming. Actually pretty cool. This is one that it's okay. They didn't do the best transfer on it. The best transfer was done in was the UK edition, but still, it's a really good film. And it's Uni Baba. I like this movie a lot, actually. That's another one that I bought at a charity shop, actually, for $1. And it's Tunes of Glory by not Ronald Neame. It's got Starlight Guinness in here, I think, and Sir John Mills. Right? Oh, yeah, I think so. Anyway, it's a really good movie. Kind of dark, kind of sad. And of course, another one that I bought in a charity shop, actually, and I was really surprised to find it there, was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Just a really, really cool one. Great film. Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro. One of Gillum's best films, if not his best film. We're almost down, and then we're going to get to my top 12. So, Royal Tenenbaums, quirky Wes Anderson film. Had to have that one. Peter Weir's The Last Wave. Peter Weir's pretty much a polarizing director. You either really like this guy or really hate this guy, but I kind of dug the film. This is one I got at a flea market, actually. Beastie Boys, their video anthology. Pretty cool. I like Beastie Boys a lot, so it was good to see that one. This is one I bought at a dollar store, and brand new. And Chasing Amy. This is one you can find really cheap almost everywhere. I paid $1, I think, for Chasing Amy. I love the movie. I love this movie. I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith. I'm kind of surprised that was the movie they chose, but I know. And again, with Wes Anderson, Rushmore. I did love this movie, actually. And next up was another fantastic Hitchcock movie that did almost make the top list. It was The 39 Steps. It's a really good one. So what did make my top 12 list? Well, these are some of my favorite Criterions. Some of my favorite films that came out on Criterion, and my favorites for many different reasons. First one is The Man Who Knew Too Much. This is probably my favorite of the Hitchcock ones that I have. It's just a really good film. It's very tightly edited, and I'm really, really big on on pacing and the way things are done, and the way that females are portrayed in this film are really, really cool. I mean, it's way ahead of its time. And I had been a big fan growing up of the remake of this, actually, the Hollywood Man Who Knew Too Much with Jimmy Stewart and Doris Day, and I still really do like that movie. But after watching this, it pales. The remake pales in comparison to this one here. Not even close. Not even close. I'm a huge fan of Charlie Chaplin, and Modern Times is a great film. I wanted to get Gold Rush at the time, but I said I'd wait on that one because I had it in a different version. I will pick that one up down the road, though. But Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times, fantastic film. It had to make my top 12. But my favorite of all the silent comedies that I have seen so far on Criterion is Safety Last. It's utterly brilliant. The cover is perfect. It's got a great documentary on it. The movie itself is utter perfection, and I really think this. When you think of movies that belong in Criterion, Safety Last is a movie that belongs in Criterion. My better half knew very little, I think, about Harold Lloyd when I showed her this, and she wasn't even that interested in watching the movie when I told her about it. But she was glued to the screen, same as I was when we watched it, so made her a fan. Rosemary's Baby. I like Polanski. I know he's a director that some people have problems with because of certain things, but I love this film. That was a great addition, and just does some great stuff. Diabolique is one of my favorite movies, period. I just really love this movie. We actually debated the ending of this movie for a couple hours after we watched it, because some people think it's pretty cut and dry and what happens, but I don't think so. I think it's actually a really clever ending and a really clever way to take it. And the little boy, he doesn't lie. Remember that. Class to Risk is the Ventura movie that I put on this little one here, and it's done by I think Claudio. Yeah. So basically, just really great stuff. It's got Jean-Paul Belmondo, who was apparently a big sex symbol in France. He's in Breathless as well. This is a fantastic film. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. My better half wanted to watch one night, and so she wanted to watch one of the French ones that she got, and I was like, okay, I guess. And I really, really got into this film. The characters are great. Sadly, it stuck very close to the true story that it was talking about, and doesn't always make for the best, happiest endings. But I like the movie a lot. To Be or Not to Be is the biggest surprise out of all the Criterions that I got. It's by Ernst Lubitsch, and I bought this one because I thought, okay, this will be kind of funny. It had some, but honestly, I bought this one because there were some nice features on it, and that were interesting. And it was like it kind of filled out. It was fairly cheap and it filled out the order. I bought this one. It's fantastic. It is an amazing freaking film. I didn't know Jack Benny was this amazing of an actor. I listened to the Jack Benny show when we had satellite radio. God, we gotta get satellite radio again. I gotta get that back. Jack Benny show all the time. It was really fun, but I never thought of him as like a movie actor. And if I'd seen this, I did remember it very well. So when I watched this again, and I guess I'm older too, I'm watching this now, I can see it on a completely different level. And it's just amazing. I got one box set on my set. It's kind of a cheat there, but I got to put it on in my list of top 12. And it's the Jacques Demy set. It's incredible. I don't know if they will ever put any of these out separately. They don't usually, for when they come to Criterion. They don't usually like release things separately afterwards. But it's really worth it, guys. This is a set that's worth owning. So if you don't have this one on the next Criterion sale, I really strongly, highly recommend this set. It is an amazing set. There's like a great book on here. There's 6 fantastic films. My favorite is The Young Girls of Rochefort. That tops it for me. And that's one of my favorite musicals of all time. It's just a great, great film. It's colorful. The dancing is fantastic, and it's just an amazing film. It takes a lot of twists and turns that you don't expect, including putting a murder in the film. And still, they do it in a neat way. It's really cool. Night the Hunter. I guess this should be on everybody's top Criterion list. Just a great film, an amazing film, with a great making of thing on the second disc. Just great stuff. Kiss Me Deadly. Everybody knows that this one, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that this is one that I talked about like over and over again to get people to buy. Kiss Me Deadly is just an amazing film. Ralph Meeker is here, and he plays my camera, of course. Just a really cool film. Was so influential in many other films. I love the kind of pulp noir type cover artwork that they do for this one here. Kiss Me Deadly is a great film. There are amazing features on here. Just some great stuff. They talk about Mickey Spillane. There's a documentary of Mickey Spillane. They talk about a bunch of stuff on this. It's really, really worth having. It is a fantastic film. If you watch my channel a lot, you know one of my favorite directors of all time is Brian De Palma. And one of my favorite Brian De Palma films is this one here called Blowout. It's John Travolta, Nancy Allen, John Lithgow. Pretty much the Brian De Palma staple of actors that used a lot of his early movies is in this one here. This comes with an extra movie called Murder a la Mode, which is actually kind of cool. And there's a really great interview. Noah Baumbach interviews De Palma on this one here, and De Palma doesn't get interviewed, like, he doesn't do a lot of commentaries and stuff like that. So this hour-long interview is really, really cool, and really worth checking out. It's really, really good. And this movie here, this cover for this film, seems like a little general, but when you know the film, it's a heartbreaking cover. My favorite Criterion that I own, as the movie itself, actually, it was given to me by somebody, my good friend Sammy, Falligar 517. I remembered liking this movie when I was younger. Oh, I watched this with my better half and utterly fell in love with this movie, and I completely had a huge crush on the actress that played the dark, insane character. I think even my better half thought she was cute. And that is Black Narcissus. Loved this movie. This is amazing. It was just one of those ones that really, really really sucked me in. It could have went so many ways with it, and you could have really went overboard and done a lot of different things with the film. But Black Narcissus those are my top 12 favorite Criterions. Anyway, right here, those are all my Criterions, but these here are my top 12 favorites. I love the film noirs. I love a lot of the silent comedies. Getting some of the French stuff as well, and some of the different drama ones that they did. I like a lot of the horror stuff that I got there. But those are just the top of the line for me. Those are the ones I think that I was so glad that I got. Just great Criterion stuff. So I'm gonna put this back. Gonna do this video, and then we're gonna look onto another collection. So I'm gonna go get some tea now and relax once it's uploading. So I should have about hopefully get at least one more out tonight, and I'm gonna try to get 3 of them out. So this collection time videos again. Every once in a while, I like to do these and freshen these up. I recently got some recent Arrow ones, so it's going to be cool to have all my Arrows and do my top 12 ones, because those things keep changing. So it's fun to like refresh and do these every once in a while. Thanks for watching. For me right now, it's time for tea. Say hello to the Pin Lord in the sky and my better half who's over there working hard on that translation that she's doing. So have a great night, and I'll see you guys soon. You gotta love Criterion. It's a great company.